I'm Tarot Oracle, and I have a question from a guy coming from a procedural, very factual field of law enforcement, and he's trying to figure out how to do tarot, and he wanted to know any advice. So this is kind of the thing that we run into. I know a lot of us are in a STEM field, or we're in a very procedural, factual, day-to-day kind of thing, and then we come home and we try this whole tarot thing, which is completely opposite of STEM, sort of. So the first piece of advice I have is just read the card, right? Which is the complete tarot course, where I have you just go look at the cards and see what you see. Here we have sort of a movement kind of thing, sort of a running from something, almost like an attacking and approaching. Here we have sort of a sad party. Here we have a guy who's very sort of on defense. Here we have someone that's sort of happy in their little happy home type thing. I know this is super simple and a little bit overly simplistic, but again, just read the mood of the cards and then try to figure out sort of what you feel from the cards and approach from that direction. I think one of the biggest problems is when we first get started, right? We'll have this book, and we'll go to the book and we'll get the 9 meanings and we'll read all about the cards, which is good, but first glance, just get a glance and get a feel of the overall spread and where you think it's going from left to right or whatever. And then, yeah, sort of come in and start reading. The problem we have is we'll get this book and we'll look up 19,000 things, and then we need the astrology. We'll go look that up. We'll need the Kabbalah. We'll go look up the Kabbalah. Now we need the elemental dignities. We'll go look up the elemental dignities. And sort of my method is trying to get away from that and back to just the basics, right? At some point, you could keep theoretically just looking up thing after thing after thing after thing, and you could do that for 9 hours with 4 cards. And at some point, it feels like you're back at work. So, and that's a tendency. That's what I did. I mean, coming from a STEM field, that's what I did a lot. I would just get book after book after book, and I had this stack of books. It was like 5 feet high. So at some point, you have to get away from the books and go back to not only your intuition, but card interactions, which is you have movement over here into the void. What does that mean? So sort of bring it back down to more simplistic terms, more simplistic procedural type thing, rather than going and referencing book after book after book after book. So again, do the complete tarot course. Will sort of show you the movie, and then you have the movement, you have barriers. Where do we have barriers? We have a barrier between the people, and the table is a barrier between the people and us. So they're putting themselves behind some protection, sort of, in the table, and they don't look like they're having a good time. Obviously, you have these sad clouds, etc. Not only is this person defending himself, but he's defending himself against something over here. You look at that. His eyes are sort of pointed this direction. So you have a facing via the eyes. Also, you have a barrier behind him. So he sort of feels like he's standing here, and he's got a barrier behind him. So he's kind of fenced in. You got his back to the wall type of feeling here as well. Here you have not only a home feeling or anything else, but you also have a barrier up top. It's sort of a protection from the sun or protection from whatever's above it. So if you had theoretically a card above it, she could have protection against this card because you have the barrier here. So, I mean, look at all these types of things. She has friends. She has a support network here. So again, go back to the card interactions, go back to the basics. And then once you have the basics and once you have the basic feel, and you sort of using your intuition at some point and be like, this feels like a pretty sad development over to this happy card. It seems like things are improving, but they're improving at a slow rate, and it seems like you have 3 obstacles to improvement right here. And at that point, yeah, start off with the book that comes with the tarot or the basic, tarot, how to read tarot book. Just grab one of those. Tarot Wisdom is excellent. I mean, there's so many gazillion things after that. And at that point, once you do that, once you know all the cards, and once you're comfortable with all that stuff, then I would move on to an astrology book. There's a book called Tarot and Astrology, which is excellent. I would pick that up. learn a little bit of astrology, enough to keep you going with the tarot, and at that point just sort of cut it off and just get a lot of practice in, right? Go online, and there's plenty of forums and what have you that will do trade tarot readings. Do one of those and trade some tarot readings with some people and just get some practice in. Hey, start a YouTube channel, do tarot readings for people. You don't have to show your face, you just show your hands, like this. See? Like that. Whee! So you just do a tarot channel and do free readings. You'll get hundreds and hundreds of people that want free readings, which is cool. And so you practice and you give them free readings. You don't have to be, you know, the greatest tarot reader in the nation. Just say you're a beginner tarot reader and you're doing free readings. People love free readings, and it's always cool. And you never have any clue when you're doing these readings just how good you are. You'll be startled at how good you are very quickly as far as getting readings and sort of, you know, getting something to click with people, to where all of a sudden you'll just do a random reading and you think it was terrible and you'll post it and somebody will be, you know, that really hit the spot because I was confused about this and this and that. So, you know, watch some videos as well. So many great people that are teaching tarot for free online. Just watch some of those videos. So yeah, so coming from, just make sure you don't overdose the books, you know, initially. So take the book slow, get a feeling of what the overall spread looks like, and just gradually learn, take your time, and lots of practice. Practice is your main thing. The more readings you do, again, if you go to, Eclectic Tarot, they have a forum where you trade readings. There's all sorts of Facebook groups where you can trade readings. Just go on there. And if you're concerned about being in a scientific field and doing tarot or what have you, and you want to hide that or, you know, whatever, just change your name, be anonymous or whatever, and good luck. It's fun. Again, it doesn't look, well, it sort of looks hard to begin with because there's so many cards. I mean, that's a pretty good stack of cards. But just use card interactions, use your intuition, just relax and sort of ease into it. Take it slow and enjoy the process. And that's the main thing, is have fun, right? Have fun. Do a reading so you wake up in the morning. You don't have to do a big reading. Just grab a card. What's today going to be like or whatever, right? So we'll grab a card, we'll throw it over. What's today going to be like? Well, yeah, it's going to be all right, I guess. It's going to be kind of odd. So try it out. Let me know if you need any assistance. If you have any questions whatsoever, I'm here. Just ask away, man. So, I mean, you know, again, have fun and let me know and keep us updated. I'm kind of curious as to your progress and how much fun you're having and all that stuff. So, good luck, my friend. See you next time.